Here with Dr. Nita Chhinzer, and in this episode we're talking about workplace accidents, their causes, and their correlates. Now, generally, the causes of workplace accidents can be organized into three groups. The first is chance occurrences, the second is unsafe conditions, and the third is unsafe acts. Chance occurrences contribute to accidents but are more or less beyond the management's control, or the employee's control. For example, walking past a plate glass window just as someone hits a ball through it, or working in a building as a car accident happens that breaks into the building. This episode will just focus on unsafe conditions and unsafe acts. Let's start with unsafe conditions. Unsafe conditions are one of the main causes of accidents. It includes factors such as improperly guarded equipment, defective equipment, hazardous procedures, unsafe storage, improper illumination, or even improper ventilation, to just list a few. Eliminating or minimizing unsafe conditions can reduce risk, but we also need training and monitoring of all relevant stakeholders on safety compliance. In addition, the provision of safe materials is critical. It's been recommended that a safety checklist should be used to conduct a job hazards analysis. Job hazards can include things like working at a height, working in isolation, poor housekeeping, the use of extension cords, even working in confined spaces. Now let's talk about the correlates. 1. Certain jobs are inherently more dangerous than others. For example, those in trade, transportation, and equipment operating occupations accounted for 31.29% of all lost time claims in Canada in 2021. In comparison, management occupations are more safe. They accounted for only 3% of all lost time claims in the same time period. The second correlate is work schedules. Work schedules and fatigue also affect accident rates. Generally, accident rates don't increase in the first 5 to 6 hours of work, but research has found that beyond that, the accident rate quickly increases as the number of hours worked increases. Some of the explanation is partially due to fatigue, meaning that if we give opportunities for employees to take breaks, we can reduce our accident rate. It's also been found that accidents occur more often during night shifts, meaning that we need more enforcement of rules, training, and assistance for employees who are working night shifts. In addition, many experts believe that the psychological climate of the workplace is another correlate that affects the accident rate. For example, a plant with high seasonal layoffs or hostile employees, or employees who are working in poor living conditions will have a higher accident rate than locations or employers with no layoffs, or positive employee relations, or positive living conditions. Another part of the psychological climate is the stress level. Workers who are under stress or who consider their jobs to be threatened or insecure have more accidents than those who do not work under these conditions. Let's talk about unsafe acts. Unsafe acts really focuses on the people component, saying people sometimes cause accidents, and there's no surefire way to eliminate unsafe acts on the part of the employee. What are some examples? This includes if the employee doesn't follow the procedures that were outlined for completing the work. This could include things like not lifting properly, not loading, placing, mixing, or combining using the right procedures, using unsafe equipment, or using the equipment unsafely, throwing materials, operating or working at unsafe speeds so it's either too fast or too slow, and making safety devices inoperable by removing, adjusting, or disconnecting them. This also includes distracting, teasing, abusing, and instigating horseplay, which has a big impact on the psychological climate of the workplace. These types of unsafe acts can undermine even the best attempts to minimize unsafe conditions, and in this case, a progressive discipline system should be used. Research demonstrates that accepting unsafe behaviors increases the rate of accidents at work, largely because employees mimic the known behaviors rather than apply the desired behaviors. For example, a lifeguard who engages in horseplay may change the organization's culture, such that others, especially those new to the workplace, feel that engaging in workplace is acceptable. Additionally, the safety attitude of the employee, meaning if they understand safety concerns, influences their likelihood to engage in risky behaviors. Building a culture of shared responsibility, leadership commitment to safety, and trust with management can all help reinforce a positive safety attitude of employees.